In this Auto Almanac video, we're going to talk about a common problem when your car's blower motor starts and stops repeatedly. Without further ado, let's get started. Diagnosing an intermittent blower motor can be a bit tricky, but fear not, we're here to guide you through the process. To get a proper diagnosis, you have to observe a few of the motor's components and check for signs of inconsistent operation. The signs to watch out for are if the blower cuts off or is slow to kick in, strange noises are coming from the interior vent area, and if lightly hitting the heater box turns the blower motor on. If you have determined that your blower motor is running intermittently, the next step is to determine the culprit and fix it. The first possible culprit is the blower motor fan itself. If the motor keeps failing or dies completely, the best solution is to replace it. The blower motor's fan may also be causing the issue. Use an oscilloscope to check the fan's control panel. If the test determines that the control panel is faulty, the best thing to do is replace it. Remove and replace all the mating control terminals as well, as they can transfer heat to the replacement panel, and you'll end up with the same problems. But what if the fan is perfectly fine? Well, then we have to dig a little deeper. Ignition switch issues could also be to blame. A faulty switch can disrupt the power supply to the blower motor, causing it to behave erratically. Try to wiggle the key while it's in the ignition. If this has no effect on the blower motor, then the problem is with the ignition. In this case, the only solution is to replace the ignition cylinder. Now, let's say you've ruled out the motor, the fan, and the ignition switch. The next thing to check is the relays. Bad relays can cause voltage drops, resulting in the blower motor starting and stopping. Locate the relay responsible for the blower motor. Disconnect the motor from the car's main power supply. Carefully remove the relay, and replace it with a new one. If the relays are in good shape, then we must investigate the wiring. Damaged or burnt wiring connections can disrupt the flow of electricity, causing the blower motor to act up. Check the wiring harness for any signs of damage. Simply replacing the wires won't work, because you need to fix the cause of the damage. Use an oscilloscope to determine what is causing high voltage to be sent through the system. The culprit is likely one of the other issues we've already discussed. Once you've found and solved what's wrong, you can then replace any damaged wires and ensure all connections are secure. Lastly, we come to the resistor. The blower motor resistor regulates the fan speed, and a faulty resistor can lead to erratic behavior. Locate the resistor, which you can usually gain access to through the glove box, and replace it with a new one. If we helped you fix your blower motor issue, consider subscribing to our channel. Have you had experience fixing a car's blower motor? Let us know in the comments below. An intermittent blower motor is just one many possible problems you may encounter in your car. Click now to learn how to detect a bad 6.0 power stroke ICP sensor.